1. Introduction to Azure Logic Apps.
1.1 Azure Logic Apps is a cloud-based service that provides a workflow automation solution. 1.2 It allows you to create and run workflows that integrate with various Azure services and third-party services. 1.3 It provides a drag-and-drop designer that makes it easy to create and manage workflows.
2 key features of Azure Logic Apps.
2.1 Connectors. Azure Logic Apps provides a large number of connectors to various Azure services and third-party services. 2.2 Workflow Designer. The drag-and-drop designer makes it easy to create and manage workflows. 2.3 Triggers and Actions. You can use triggers and actions to automate the workflows based on various events. 2.4 Azure Integration. Azure Logic Apps integrates with other Azure services, such as Azure Functions and Azure Service Bus. 3. Azure Logic Apps Architecture. 3.1 Azure Logic Apps architecture consists of connectors, triggers, actions, and workflows. 3.2 Connectors provide integration with various Azure services and third-party services. 3.3 Triggers are events that start a workflow, and actions are steps that the workflow performs. 3.4 Workflows are composed of triggers and actions and are managed by the Logic Apps engine. 4. Logic Apps Designer. 4.1 Logic Apps Designer is a web-based interface that provides a drag-and-drop workflow designer. 4.2 It allows you to create and manage workflows by connecting triggers and actions. 4.3 It provides a variety of built-in connectors and templates to simplify the workflow creation process. 5. Triggers and Actions. 5.1 Triggers and actions are the building blocks of a workflow. 5.2 Triggers are events that start a workflow, such as receiving an email or a message from a queue. 5.3 Actions are steps that the workflow performs, such as sending an email or updating a database. 6. Connectors. 6.1 Connectors provide integration with various Azure services and third-party services. 6.2 Azure Logic Apps provides a large number of built-in connectors, such as Azure Blob Storage, Azure SQL Database, and Office 365. 6.3 You can also create custom connectors to integrate with your own services.
7. Azure Integration.
7.1 Azure Logic Apps integrates with other Azure services, such as Azure Functions and Azure Service Bus. 7.2 You can use Azure Functions to extend the functionality of your Logic Apps workflows. 7.3 You can use Azure Service Bus to integrate Logic Apps with other messaging systems.
8. Best practices for Azure Logic Apps. 8.1 Use connectors and templates to simplify the workflow creation process. 8.2 Use the built-in logging and monitoring features to track workflow execution and identify errors. 8.3 Use version control to manage changes to your workflows. 8.4 Monitor the performance of your workflows and optimize them for efficiency. 9. Conclusion. 9.1 Azure Logic Apps is a cloud-based service that provides a workflow automation solution. 9.2 It allows you to create and run workflows that integrate with various Azure services and third-party services. 9.3 By following best practices, you can optimize your workflows for performance and maintainability.